Hey, there you go. Very posh, aren't we, Paula?
Yeah,
Luke,
very good.
have you seen that before?
No, so good.
Well done, Angela. Excellent.
Yeah, very good.
It's really good. We love it. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Monday Night Paranormal Live with myself and Jenny from Host for Ghosts, Angela from South Coast Coast, Julia from Paranation Ghost Hunted Event, Paula in the top right-hand corner, one of our investigators, and down the bottom on his own again is Luke, one of our other investigators. So welcome to Monday Night Paranormal Live. We've had no investigations in the last couple of weekends. One got stopped, and then we're waiting for the next one to come up. 25th, isn't it, Julia, the next one?
It is, yeah. We're over at Bombay Sapphire in Laverstoke. So we've been there, second visit. So it's our second time there. Looking forward to that one.
Is that sold out now, or has he still got tickets for that?
Oh, not many. I think probably about 2 or 3 tickets.
Nice. Nice.
Yes, it's 3,
Is it-
4, something like that. Not very many.
Yeah. There's a location you've been before, yeah?
Yes, we were there last January. I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Oh, dear.
Sorry.
Bless
It's
you.
one of those days. We went there last January, and again, we sold out last year. Another just about sold out event this year.
Nice.
And I think we have access to sort of like most, and it used to be an old mill, so it's got a lot of history behind it. So really
Nice.
looking forward to going back and seeing what we can get. And this time we've got a lot more experienced people come in, whereas last time it was a lot of a lot of people that live nearby.
Yeah.
That came. So it was it was a good night. It was a good night, but I think when you throw in a few more experienced people, it could be a better night. So
Yeah.
really looking forward to Bombay Sapphire.
Yeah. Can't wait, really, to get back out there in the cold.
I can't wait. It seems like ages since the Warrior, so
Doesn't it?
can't wait to get back out there and go and hunt those ghosts.
Yes. Welcome into the dark. Welcome tuning in to Monday Night Paranormal Live. Tonight we're going to talk about orbs. So, message in, let us know what you think. Andrew will put it up there and we'll try and answer. Give us your take on what you think orbs are and what they do. It's this Ghost Hunters evening. All welcome. Thank you for coming in. Nice to see you on here. So tonight we're talking about orbs. So if you can message in, give us your take on orbs, whether you believe that they are spirits moving around or dust particles or whatever your opinion is. So message in to us. Andrew will put them up on the screen and we'll read your messages out. Or, you're more than welcome to come on the panel and talk one night. We'll send you the link. Just pop on here. So my take on orbs, it's a difficult one, really. I know they say that it's how spirits manifest and move around and get from place to place. And my question is to you lot, can you see them with your own eye, or is it only you see them with a camera? In my own eyes?
Yeah. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it in the eyes, and sometimes it could be aliens as well in the sky. You get orbs in the sky as well, don't you? Basically,
Yeah,
floating around
true.
everything else, lights and everything else. So how do you know?
Well, yeah. Is it aliens or is it spirits, do you think?
Both.
It's a difficult question. Have you ever? I've experimented before. Julia's probably done this, where you can stop an orb and zoom in on it. And if you notice, you could. I've done it once and seen a face in it. So has anybody else tried that?
No.
If you catch one, stop it and zoom in. Just try and zoom in, and you can see what looks like a face inside.
I've done lots of where you sort of screenshot it and make it larger. So I've done lots of that over the years.
Yeah.
But I seem to think that when you do take a photo, and I hugely encourage photos and videos. When you do take a photo, always be mindful that what your camera's focusing on, because it's like a very dusty location, like down in tunnels, or a dusty old mansion house or something like that, and people are like moving about and sitting on the beds or sitting on the chairs, and it's all the dust is coming up into the air, and you take a photo. Sometimes your camera focuses on the particles in the air rather than what's beyond that. So but I always think that when you do capture an orb, especially if you're videoing it, it has its own path and its own light source. That's my opinion. And they don't seem to go, like, if someone like walks past like that, and then all of a sudden you get your video and you get lots of like orbs go that way as well. It's dust particles in the air that are going in the direction of the place where someone's just walked. Whereas I think if you're videoing it and you just get like, maybe you will get some dust particles in the air, and then you get this one orb that has its own route that it takes, then I think that's very possibly something else.
Into the dark has put some orbs are spirits, some are particles. Into the dark. How is that? How you see it? Essex Ghost Hunters, orbs are just like Marmite. You love them or hate them. Well, yeah, true.
Very
Charlotte,
true.
Christine Wells. Hi, Christine. Welcome.
Hello.
to Monday Night Paranormal Live. Luke, what's your take on orbs?
I think I caught a orange one once. Had a colour in it once. I got a video of it. I think it was Ancient Ram at one point.
But don't the colours mean something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
I've been looking it up today.
All right, okay. Yeah, I think colours mean something, don't they?
Yeah.
What was it, Angela? Was you looking up colours?
I was looking up colours, yeah. I didn't get through all the colours because there were so many, but I got through 2 pages. Anyway, orange ones.
Orange.
Blue? I've caught a blue orb before.
Okay. Yeah, orange ones are generally a sign of protection, and they can be attached to the location, so they're protecting the area or the building or whatever's there. There can also be a request for forgiveness, and they might need help moving on. With blue ones, it can depend on the shade of blue as well. It can be a sign of psychic energy, and it's a calming energy. And dark blue, it can be something that's sort of shy. They sort of don't want to communicate or to be noticed as such, but just know that they're there.
Yeah.
Medium blue is another protection one, and light blue is peace, harmony, and tranquility.
It's interesting, isn't it? Never really thought about the colours.
A bit like chakra colours.
Jen say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And generally, sort of I suppose the lighter ones, like white, is obviously like from protection from evil and to do with like guardian angels and all that kind of thing, as well as silver ones and gold ones. But then if you have brown ones and black ones, that can be ones to sort of look out for. And surprisingly, yellow orbs are ones to be very cautious about. Sort of like a warning. Yeah, warning to take care of dangerous situations.
See, now I'm going
to go on and on.
A photo of a blue orb.
I never really thought about the colours.
I've got one somewhere. I know I've got a blue orb.
And red ones can be positive or negative. There can be vengeful, angry spirits showing rage, and to be careful around them. Or they could be protection. But it says with each, whatever colour you come across, to sort of trust your intuition. And if you can, go to the place where you saw the orb and sort of meditate and just see if something comes through for you, so that you know whether there is a message there and whether it's something good or something bad. But mainly trust your intuition when it comes to seeing the orbs.
So it's more like a communication link.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what they're showing you. The colour is like the communication of what they want to do.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you could interact with the orbs, whether you could say, you know, can you show yourself for yes and disappear for no? I wonder if you're able to communicate with them. You obviously can because they appear, don't they? But has anybody thought of trying to communicate with orbs?
No, not until today. Not until I read that. Oh, next time, I know what I'm going to try.
Yeah. Paula, what do you think? I know you got a bit of a sore throat, so
No, I think it's like with orbs. I think there's two different types of orbs. I think there is really. You've got like the spirit orbs. Like so, you've got spirits and everything else. You like to communicate and everything else. Like Andrew was saying, everything else. So sometimes it could be. I think it's like when you go hunting. It's like there is different portals and different things, and you see like sometimes we've said in the past. You see spirits. Sometimes they're going through. You see it repeats itself. And I wonder if the orbs are doing the same thing. It could be going on a
right.
link. So it might not be exactly there at that point when we're talking. That's the thing sometimes. You just don't know, do you really?
Like a
And then
residual energy, you mean?
yeah. And then you've got, I think, there is orbs in the sky. They talk about aliens, don't they? And
Yeah.
UFOs and
Yeah.
things like that in the sky. You know, it's like me and Justin the other week and everything else. I remember seeing this star in the sky and it's moving around a bit, it was, and everything else. And suddenly it just went out, gone. It's just weird. We stopped the car. We was coming home. We stopped the car because it was that bright. It was moving, so it was round and everything else. But it's like a star, but it's pointed a bit, not much, and it was going like that. And then suddenly, we stopped. Justice said, "Let's park up on the hill. Stop." He said, "Everything else." So we did, and the next minute, it just disappeared. Gone.
That's
We get a lot of us. Hey, so okay.
I was just going to say we're at Fort Woodley,
Yeah.
April. So maybe after Fort Woodley, instead of like rushing off, just like spend a few moments looking into the sky and see if we can.
Get a lot up there. You got a lot of UFOs up there. Sometimes when we look out the window here and everything else, we spend hours looking at the stars, and you see all the white, literally like that.
Maybe grab a
Moving.
burger and then
And
go and,
yeah.
late night burger and a bit of star watching, and then we'll shoot off.
I think Dora saw a couple the other night, a week ago, Jen.
No, she was looking out her window, wasn't she?
She was looking out a window and saw these two objects suddenly appear between the houses. They were there for a little bit, so she called Sean, "Come and quick, come and have a look."
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying as quick as they were there, they were gone.
Yeah.
But couldn't have enough time to get a camera. Chloe Wallace has put, "My rabbit passed away and she was jumping off the sofa like she used to do and running around. The night after my bunny had passed, there was two orbs running around, all caught on camera." That's interesting.
Oh,
So you can have spirit orbs as well. Never really
Yeah.
thought of that. Abnormal Paranormal. Evening. All hope you're well. Christine, Graham. Hi folks, hope all is well. Forsaken Exploration, is that? Hello guys. Hi, welcome. We're talking about orbs tonight and your how you perceive orbs. We have to remember our eyes are trained to see faces in any patterns that we look at. True, very true. It's a bit like what's the word? Preodola. Preodola. You know, where you can actually see things within things because your brain makes that up. So you look at a tree and you think you can see a face in a tree, but it's your brain. I think it's called preodola.
Yeah.
Preodola.
Yes.
I'm a strong believer that the link between spirit and UFO and extraterrestrials, absolutely. You know, it's the ones the orbs that have been seen at Manchester Airport recently, isn't there? That was ground level by the runway. I mean, and then they were filmed by pilots. Did you see that? They were actually filmed by aircraft pilots on the ground. You know, is it? You know, why are they here? We seem to be seeing more now than we've ever seen before, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, it seems to be escalating. Like in America, they have quite a few, don't they? There, I was told green orbs could be a child. Oh, wow. Never thought of that. Colours I never really thought of. Graham's put, I took a photo in Chapel at Little Coat House and captured what looked like a boy on one side with his head was
Bowed.
all around and
Oh.
with orbs in different colours. Also, blue orbs looked like it was trying to impersonate a snooker ball on the snooker table. Also, little Kate, very impressive.
Try and dig that one out, Graham.
Yeah, see if you can put it on here. Send it to Angel. We'll try and get in it. Totally agree with that. I think both can travel through the different realms. Yeah, I mean, do you think the orbs can travel through houses? So 1 minute they're in one house, the next minute they're in another house.
I think they can just
Probably.
travel like ghosts, you know, through doors and, you know, just wherever. They've just got their path, haven't they?
Well, it's funny, recently, I don't know if you know, there was ages ago, there was a plane disappeared, wasn't there? There's been on, well, I was watching this programme the other day, last night, and it was about a plane that went down, basically. It was an M2440, is it? I think it was. And they
Right.
reckon that it disappeared years ago and everything else, so I can't think where part it was now. But it was 279 people on that airplane. It disappeared, and they believe that there's 4 orbs went round it, and it just went boom, gone, disappeared.
Wow.
Yeah, I was watching it last night. It was really interesting. It was. I was watching this plane and everything else, and they were saying about they were doing a radar on their house. And the weird thing is, it was supposed to be going over. Was it Singapore? I'm trying to think where it was. It was going from one place to another, and they were supposed to turn off basically where it was going across. It had to onto another where they were. They were over the Atlantic basically, and what they had to do is transport, turn that station off, and then go on to the next one basically to when it's over there basically. So go on another platform type thing.
Yeah.
And what happened was that when they got over the water, they turned their thing off, but then the plane decided to go that way instead of straight across. It went over. Went back to, I think it's Malaysia, I think it went. Maybe it's Malaysia, it was something like that. And then it was supposed to have gone that way. But and then it came round, and next minute they reckon that they showed you later on footage they found of this airplane in the sky. And you see it all red and everything else. And next minute you see these orbs going around it, like this, round it. And then it was going for a while, and then it just went boom, disappeared, gone. People had never been seen again.
So it's disappeared off the radar and everything.
Yeah, everything's gone. And the military was keeping an eye on it originally. That's the weird thing about it. The military was keeping an eye on it. And I thought, why is the military in with it? So I mean, I thought something's a bit iffy here. But yeah, it disappeared, but these orbs were around it. And it just went boom,
That's
vanished.
strange.
So
It's
the
these
people have been
ghost hunters.
seen. So I wonder if it's gone to another realm.
What's people's thinking on that one? Essex Ghost Hunters, there is a strong presence on the borders of Wales and the UK with UFOs. Why do you think that is, Essex Ghost Hunters? Why do you think that's so prominent down that area? Yes, we live near Bristol, been thinking about going to investigate that. I mean, we see more UFOs now because we're basically roaming reporters, aren't we, with our phones? Because we can take a picture, we can video, we can record. So you think there's more evidence because we're more aware of it, or it's because we're using our phones more, or we have the capability of recording things more now? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think because we're more aware of what we can do, whereas you'd never, sort of like donkeys years ago, you'd never have the ability to have the recording equipment like in your pocket or anything like that. It's so yeah, I think it's probably because we sort of like there's a lot of ghost hunting groups about, and you can see the equipment that the people use, and you're like, oh, more aware of how you can communicate, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, but technology is so vast now, isn't it, in our phones?
Yeah.
How it can, years ago you would never think about using your phone in the dark, trying to take pictures in the dark, and yet now, we snap everything in the dark, don't we? With video in the dark. So technology's come on that far forward. It allows us to be able to record and take pictures of everything. I'm a great believer in recording, and like Julia, take pictures of everything. Doesn't matter if there is nothing there, but sometimes you take a picture and you'll get an orb behind you, and just you think, well, I never saw that at the time, but it's like, I think it was Julia that mentioned about taking selfies when you feel something behind you, or you feel a presence, or something's is quite different behind you, and take a few pictures of like a selfie of yourself looking behind you. Essex ghost hunters, they tend to be around the US air bases. We have spent many nights in Rendlesham, and I think US have a strong connection with the extraterrestrials. Now, yeah, Rendlesham is near, I think it's Lakenheath, if I'm not mistaken, is a big American military air base. And that's the place where is Mildenhall and Lakenheath. And they're the two places that you drive past and your phone stops working for about a mile past the air base. Your phone doesn't work. So, you know, if they're not hiding anything, why are they blocking phone signals? You know, I'm a great believer. If you know, if you think about the UFO that crashed in Roswell and all that technology that was, if you believe that, that was in that aircraft that crashed, you think by now we should have the technology to do what that does. And if we do have the technology, why do we not space travel with it?
Yeah.
You know,
We
why
do.
are we keeping
Maybe we
it?
do.
Well,
maybe they do without us
maybe, yeah.
knowing.
But do you think these drones are military-based drones? Are they drones that the Air Force could connect with? Luke, what do you think?
I thought it was like drones from like Russia or China or something.
What, spy drones?
Spy ones, yeah.
But if they were spy ones, do you think they would be seen? Wouldn't they just keep them out of sight?
Might be. Yeah,
You know,
could be. Yeah.
and it's like orbs, isn't it? You know, could it be that like the aliens would send them in as a video camera, so they move around, and RAF Bentwaters, oh right, yeah, it's Rendlesham, yeah. I believe the orbs in UFO are actually some of a craft. Quite, yeah, I quite believe that. You know, do we? Is it aliens that send out orbs that are potentially taking videos? Spy ones would be shot down. Well, yeah, you'd hope so. But if they're that quick and that maneuverable, would we have the capability of shooting one down? You know, that's what you got to ask yourself. And there's a video, I think, on YouTube where they see a UFO in space above the Earth, and you can actually see it orbiting around the Earth. Then they fire a rocket from the Earth upwards, but it moves so quick, the rocket just disappears into space, but they can't shoot it down. Graham Bentley's put spirits underestimate our tech. They think that we can hear them and see them. Sometimes they try to hide and not realizing that we can find them. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, they can dodge about, can't they? And we see apparitions, or the orbs are moving around. Are they looking at us as much as we're looking at them? Are they a video recording sent in to have a look around the house, look around us? Is it remote viewing from a spacecraft that they send them in? They can remote view us from space to look at us with orbs. We assume they're from spirit, which, we all know that some of them will be, and obviously some won't. But, could it be that they're observing us and our behaviour? We're never going to catch one, are we? So we can't ask it. But it'd be interesting to see if we can interact with it, wouldn't it? Can you show yourself again? Can you show yourself over there? Can you move? Like Judith said, when you see an orb, the pattern it moves, it's very unpredictable, isn't it?
Yes.
You see dust. A lot of time dust goes up, doesn't it? We see it as we walk past and all that type of thing. Where an orb, like Julia was saying, has its own path, its own distinctive way it moves. And you see it in houses a lot, don't you? With orbs flying around. Could they all be extraterrestrial or spirits passing through? Where are they heading to? What are they doing? They're just having a look or being nosy. I often wonder, why we see them. Do they want us to see them? Do you think?
I think maybe they are trying to like, you know, sometimes I see like little twinkly lights, and I'm like, oh, I just saw a light, or I just saw a light over there. And I think they are trying to make themselves known, but you know, unless you've got some sort of experience, you just think, oh, it's my eyes playing up, and just like brush it off. But yeah, I think that they're trying to sort of like, in some form, try to show themselves.
You'd often get that at home, don't you? In the corner, like you say, in the corner of your eye, you see a light. I mean, I remember being at Waverley once, and we had a very bright light appear out of nowhere. It was a really bright light, and it, as quick as it came, quick as it went. You know, so it can't be like a satellite or anything like that. You know, so you wonder what appears on a clear night. It must be quite good down your way where you don't get much light pollution. We can actually see things moving around. What about Farnborough, Luke? What's the night sky like there? Is it clear? Is it light polluted or what?
It's quite clear recently. I think tonight it was a bit misty over the moon tonight.
Yeah, I saw that. But do you ever go out and look, Luke? Do you see orbs in your house? You know, something in the corner of your eye and that type of stuff.
Yeah, like little flashes in the corner of your eye, like something moving fast. Yeah.
And what's your take on them?
I think it's more animals like cats. I think the animal orbs can show them as well more.
And do you think they're a different shape, or are they all round? Can the orbs be a different shape?
Different shape, yeah. Like long sort of ways, yeah.
What, like a bit like a Tic Tac UFO or whatever they call them, and
Yeah,
exactly, they're like a shape of a Tic Tac. I mean, the ones I've ever seen have always been round, but they could quite possibly take on different shapes, because there'd be nothing to stop them doing that, would there? No. Really? And it's interesting with your cameras on your phones. You know, they pick them up so well now. So you know, you wouldn't think that they were hiding, would you?
No.
Or do they not realise we have the technology, like Graham said? We now have the technology to catch them. Don't know. You know, it's mind blowing, really, when you get into the depths of the paranormal world, or supernatural, if you, for want of a word, isn't it? It's all part of it. You know, underwater submersibles and orbs and ghosts and cryptids and all of that. It seems like it's a never-ending circle, isn't it? Do you think we'll ever find the truth, or we just carry on searching? What do you think?
I'm quite happy to carry on ghost hunting. And
do you think we'd ever get to the end of it, Julia, in our lifetime?
What was that thing that Dan was going on about? Oh gosh, where there was a group of people and they were in some cellar and they were trying some experiment. He was going on, but I can't. And he said he'd really like to try it.
Yes.
But for the life of me, off the top of my head, I can't remember too much about it.
Is that where they were trying to bring something into the room?
Yeah, they're all sort of like.
Oh, I know what you mean now.
Like,
yeah.
Put their fingers like that, you know, against each other.
That's it.
And it was pitch black, and they'd ask for like some sort of like a gift or something, and a penny would appear or something like that. He did send me the link, but I never really got a chance to watch the whole thing. You know how busy life gets, and I can't remember what he was saying, what it was called or anything. It's just gone, but I've just remembered that.
Yeah, like Jen said, it's called an apport, when things appear from nowhere.
From spirit.
From spirit, obviously. But I think Graham caught that one in the glass, isn't it? When you look at like one of Graham caught in the glass, the shell or whatever it was.
Lemon peel.
And you know, that's an apport, isn't it? How it just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. You know, that's just the next level video, isn't it, really, when you look at that?
He's, you know, at the time I was there and he was videoing. There was his wife who's older than Graham. There was two other people about the same age. There's no way that anyone, I don't believe, was quick enough, or, you know, none of them, I believe, are magicians or anything that can do this like quick, like, you know, thing before your eyes. Oh, it's appeared. I don't believe anyone. And two of the people I'd known before. They'd come a few times before. Karen and can't remember his name. It will come to me. And Graham and Sheila have been a few times as well. And I don't believe that any of them were fast enough to ping that lemon in. So, and we've tried to debunk it so many times. Graham's even like slowed the video down frame by frame by frame, and I don't know. I don't believe that any of them were quick enough to do the lemon.
No, it literally. Sorry, Andrew, was you going to say?
Got 2 comments coming, which are sort of very similar on the same subject. So Gemma's
Hi,
one
Gemma.
first.
Good evening.
Hi,
Gemma's
Gemma.
put, hi, everyone. It's Gemma. Hope you're all well. Apparently, orbs on Google say that it's a backscatter of the camera's flash, but the paranormal groups believe they are spirits.
And
Never
then
heard that one.
another one
Essex
about
Ghost Hunters. Have you ever taken a picture with an old SLR camera that they rarely pick up orbs, but the phone cameras always pick them up? That's true. Is that because of the speed of the shutter, or is that just the sheer technology in the cameras now? It does make you wonder, doesn't it? Many years ago we wouldn't be talking about orbs.
No.
And Gemma's put on one event, someone caught a huge orb take on somebody's whole face. That was quite unbelievable. Where was that,
That's
Gemma?
me. That was me. I think
Was
that
it?
was at Warmley Mill.
Oh, okay.
I think I did that, Gemma. Was it your face, Gemma? See, I'm going to have a look now.
Yeah,
I think
Gemma,
I
if you
took
could
the photo.
write in your answer. I know we're asking you to type really quickly.
Yeah, that was Warmley Mill.
That's it. It's like the picture, I sent Julia from the private investigation we got, and Julia turned it round. From one side, the camera view, it was just like a massive orb, but shaped, sort of really a strange shape. But Julia managed to stop it and turn it round. No, it was my face at the mill.
It was. I've got it.
You keep all your photographs, Julia?
I think I've just got a good memory. So this is a photo. Sorry, you can't see it very well. This is a photo.
Right.
I don't know if you can see, but there's like a.
You see the orb in it, yeah.
Orb here.
Yeah.
So I lightened it.
Oh, all right. Wow. It is right across the face as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's right across.
Yeah.
And
wow.
I had done it a bit bigger as well. So
yeah.
Which is just incredibly weird, because unless it's just like sheer luck that I took a photo and there just happened to be a speck of dust in front of Gemma's. I think that's Gemma. Is that Gemma? In front of I think it's Gemma's face. That's just like sheer luck. But there doesn't seem to be any other orbs around, and even in the dark, it's just sort of really
You
sort
can
of like
see it, can't you?
up.
Yeah.
So I'm
Really
trying to
see it.
without. Yeah. So it's I don't believe that's dust.
No.
Because it's so white on the photo before it was even lightened.
Yeah.
And it's right in front of somebody's face, which is quite chilling in itself, isn't it?
And it just
just happens to be right in front of their face.
How can you be that close? Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's Ghost Hunters. Have a good time at work. I don't know what job you do with this time of night going to work, but enjoy, be safe. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Nice of you to come on. Message us about coming on. Maybe you'd sit on the panel, tell us a bit about your own experiences in the paranormal world. But thank you for tuning in tonight. Yeah, I mean, to have an orb right in front of your face, it makes you wonder whether you could actually feel it. whose face is in front of Gemma's?
Is
No,
that your
not-
face? Was that you, Gemma?
No, she said it wasn't my face.
Oh, it wasn't.
Oh,
I can't
Really?
tell who it is because it's covered by a big orb.
be interested
know
to
who it
know
is.
what if you felt that, if the person felt that in front of them. You know, like, oh, what's that in front of me? That type of, whether there's a temperature change in front of them, or would it be a loved one moving in that close?
Do you remember? It must have been about a year ago when Darren said he woke up sort of sometime in the night, and in the corner of our bedroom by the door there was something just sort of hanging in the corner, some kind of orb. I can't remember what colour he said it was, but he just sort of looked at it and thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. And then he had to get up and go for a wee, and obviously he'd have to walk right past it, and it must have been like inches from his head.
Wow.
I don't remember him saying he felt anything, but he couldn't understand why he didn't try and take a picture of it or wake me up to show me. He was just like, oh yeah, okay. And then just
Strange,
sort of went
isn't
back
it?
to bed, and then
Oh yeah. This is one. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Jen took.
No, I didn't take it. You took it.
It's,
You
the
said
orb was just about
massive.
there.
Can't
Can you
see
see
it.
it? Or-
I can
No.
see. Yeah.
I can't see anything.
The thing is,
Okay.
this
It's
is
green.
like backwards, isn't it? It's
Yeah, the orb is there.
Got your hand in. That's why I was trying to keep her hand there.
No, up. Go this way. Other way. There it is.
I got it.
I
You
Yeah.
see it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew we'd get there in the end.
It's massive.
That's a great big orb. Where was that take? St Lawrence's.
Yeah.
It was older asylum graveyard up near us called St Lawrence's, and that was in there.
Mm.
And that was on the same day that we were doing a bit, or Jen and her friend were doing a bit of calling out, and the woman came through.
Yeah, no, it was on, on the Paratech, right?
Yeah.
We had the app going, and we were writing the names down, and the words and all of that. And then all of a sudden, I heard this voice come through, and it said, "My name's Carol," just like that.
It was like the voice never came out of the machine.
No, it wasn't like the voice on the machine. It was like our natural voice. Yeah, but unfortunately, we didn't have the voice recorders on. No.
But it didn't actually come through the app. It was like
an actual voice.
Yeah. Gemma's put, I went to a well-known haunted cottage in Bude where they held lots of events, and it was the most active house in Cornwall. The farmer killed himself in the house.
Wow.
And it was pretty active anyway. We stayed there as a family and had lots of weird things happen. Anyway, a few years ago, I was going through the old photos, and there are orbs in so many family photos. It's interesting, isn't it? Even though the orbs don't know you in the house, but they still appear. So is it family members that are associated with the house? Is it your family members that have gone with you? I often wonder whether they are our family members that are there, or family members or people that were there originally.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's difficult, isn't it? You got to wonder whether they're associated with the house, don't you, really? Because, would an orb travel that far? I suppose it's not that far for them, is it, really? If we travelled 2 or 3 hours, it's not 2 or 3 hours for spirit, is it? Because they say there's no time restriction in the spirit world. So
No.
So whether it's one of our loved ones that come, or whether it's like I think Paul was saying, like a residual energy where it's just playing back each time. It'd be interesting to see whether you can interact with them. Get them to appear, get them to disappear, and never really tried that, have we? But
No, maybe that's something to try maybe next event or next couple of one of the events we do in the future, try and take a few minutes out and try and see if we can make it happen.
Yeah. Be interesting to have a camera running, wouldn't it? And then call them out. Can you show yourself on the camera? Can you go to this side of the room or that side of the room and see whether you can actually interact with them or move them around, or whether they will actually interact with us? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
But-
it's always worth a go, isn't it? Everything's worth a try.
Always got to try something in you. Back to basics, isn't it? Really, like you say, you get the dowsing rods out. Back to basic. Sometimes it's, sometimes you have all the equipment and not get anything, but you go back to basics and it all starts to happen. Sometimes I wonder whether the equipment sort of is a bit daunting for spirit. Unless, if 300 or 400 years ago, would they know what a REM pod is? Would they know what a red LED light was?
And I guess, sometimes, these gadgets that talk, are a bit alien to them anyway. So, whereas knocking, people, and no one's scared of a knock, can you knock or can you whistle?
Yeah.
So I always like to, I think the equipment's good for, it's good like visual, but it's also good to get some back to basic things going as well. And it's not all about having expensive equipment. That's not what ghost hunting is about. It's about, good positive energy, bring good positive energy to the event. And and it's all, enjoying what you enjoy with like-minded people.
Yeah.
That's
What you put in is what you get out, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think so.
We're saying, oh, can you move the cat ball? Can you do this? And they might be thinking, well, what's a cat ball? What are they on about? And you get no activity, but you go back to basics, like you say, a knock, a tap. The dowsing rods have been around a lot longer than, all the electronic equipment, and they work, don't they?
Yes, yeah.
And I say Julie's been doing that 20 odd years with dowsing rods. And it's back to basic.
That's a long
it's
time.
Back to basic investigation, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the writing planchette. There's another back to basics, isn't it? We assume that they can write or spell. We're not sure. 200 or 300 years ago, could they spell or could they write? We don't know, but it always comes up with something, doesn't it? A flower or.
Yeah, we can get them to draw. Can you draw something? And sometimes they can draw and copy. What it's. You look at it and you think, well, actually, it does look like what the picture that we've just drawn. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Quite interesting. You can pull out the hat sometimes.
Gemma's put, I don't think you can ever beat can you knock and you get a knock is the best adrenaline feeling forever. It is, yeah. You knock once for yes, twice for no, and you get that knock, or like we were saying the other week with a whistle from the old police station. That is just so genuine, isn't it?
Footsteps as well. That's another thing you can try. Can you walk towards us? That's another good one.
Yeah, can we hear your footsteps? Can you bang? Can you bang on the floor, stamp on the floor? Back to bases, isn't it? Really, we're listening out for all this equipment, but really go back to basics. Not once for yes, twice for no. And can you open a door? Can you shut a door? Things that they would understand, I assume. We're saying, can you touch your REM pod? What's the REM pod? Can you touch that cat ball? What does a cat ball look like? Yeah, Gemma's put back basics is the best. I think so. I think sometimes
can you
we
tap
get
somebody? Tap them.
Yeah, and that's what we say in the human pendulum, isn't it? Can you touch someone? Can you push someone forward? Someone that you want to communicate? Show us who you want. And really, if you think of a human pendulum, it's quite basic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's forward or back. You show us which way's yes. You show us which way no. So you're doing it on their terms, aren't you? And you're back to basics because it's them just pushing or moving. Can you touch someone around the circle? And then you look around the circle and you see all these people leaning forward, but nobody says, "Oh no, it wasn't me." And you get all that type of, "Oh, don't choose me." Why have you chose me?
Oh,
You
I'm
know,
not
and
moving. Yes, you
yeah,
are.
and you actually see them swaying, and it's like we've said it before on here. It's like someone's got a question in the head, but spirit are already moving that person trying to answer that question. You think, I know someone's got a question here, and that's what we say, isn't it? If you've got a question, please ask, because spirit are trying to answer you.
And
You
that's
know,
the same with rods. If you've got dowsing rods, I did a little experiment earlier, and I think it was last year, where I had some friends, and I had the dowsing rods, and I said to like one of my friends, I said, think of a question. And I had my dowsing rods, and they thought of a question. I had no idea what the question was, and the dowsing rods moved. And I said, "Oh, the answer is yes." And then they went, "That's correct. It is yes." Another friend, okay, you do it. You think of a question, and they did. And I put, "This is the answer." And then I said to another friend, I said, "Think of a question," and they didn't move. They didn't move at all. And I said, "They're not moving." I said, "Are you thinking of a question?" "Yes, I'm thinking of a question." And I said, "Well, they don't know the answer." And they said, "That's true. We don't know the answer because it was something that was going to court or something." So there was no one knew what the answer was. So
yeah,
yeah, it was quite interesting. Quite that's a little experiment, just a little thing you can just test the abilities of the dowsing rods. And it found the ley lines at Waverley. They found the ley lines, and I think Angela
yes,
printed off where the ley lines were, and I didn't have a look before I went, and I was just holding it, and it just crossed where they crossed. It was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
That was.
and I think when you're on a ghost hunt, if you see something visual, like the cat ball flash in, a knock, a tap, you know, you hear something, it's more convincing than hearing it through a machine. You say, well, is it a machine that's making that noise? Gemma's put, the thing is, when you do that, Paul, it's funny, as then after the cat balls start going off, usually, and the room starts to change and the temperature, it does, Gemma. We've been in a few places, haven't we, where, like, I think it was Fort Widley when the laser grid went off, and then we had that shadow in the corner. I don't really remember. And you said, "Oh, something's just touched me," that type of thing.
No, that was Fort Whitley. It
Was
was
that-
that other place where where Julia goes to clear it up.
Where do you go to clear it up, Julia?
Oh,
Yeah,
that secret location.
Yeah, private location.
Oh, the private location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's there.
No, that was
When the
Widley.
lights went out.
Oh, that was when we was on the Ouija. You were on the Ouija board
Yeah.
with Julia, and
Remember, the lights all just went out.
yeah, we spoke
I've
about
got that on
last week.
video because I was videoing everything that night because I didn't know if we'd ever get back in.
Yeah,
Or but yeah, I was videoing everything that night, and I've got it on video. Yeah,
that's the most
that was
amazing
quite chilling.
thing.
I was so
It-
pleased with that. I kept saying to my friends, "Oh, watch this," and they're like, "Oh my God, why didn't how did you not like leg it?" And I'm like, I don't know. You're just all sitting there, and the lady that had invited us said, this guy goes, he'll just turn all the lights off. And there wasn't many of us, but everyone was in the same area.
Yeah,
We were doing the Ouija board, or no,
that's
glass
right.
moving, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
then
with the
it's just
glass.
a glass, just glass moving. And I think I left a gap, and I said, "Look, here's a gap. You come and stand here with us." And me, Jen, and Dora were doing a glass, and I said, "Can you take the glass to where you're standing? Take the glass to where you're standing." And all of a sudden, all the lights went off, and then the glass moved to the gap where I'd left the gap. I think that was my highlight of the whole year. Absolutely loved that.
That's
Amazing.
mint.
Really amazing.
I think that was the same location Darren did the vape,
I was just going to say
Remember?
that about the vape.
and it sort of
Yes.
stopped at the shape
Yeah.
of something in
Yeah.
the laser light, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Quite an amazing
gonna-
location, that one.
I'm just going to bump that up in the group. If anybody wants to have a look, go to
Yeah, have a
Foundation
look.
group.
Go on the
I'll
group.
just bump that one up
Have a-
as well. So
That was back to basics again. Glass moving and all of that, but the contact was phenomenal that night, wasn't it?
that was got to be one of the best nights in a long,
Yeah.
long, long time.
And then
Because we were all fresh. We had never been there before. We didn't know
No.
what was going to happen.
no,
It was all, if anything was going to happen. So yeah, definitely.
Gemma's put Fort Widley, Paul, going on about the laser grid was something else. It just turned off after we saw a shadow in it, and we all felt odd. Wish I had been on that one with you guys. Sounded epic. That was just a very, very last minute thing.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, literally was like, I remember
Took
going
about
into
2 hours to get in the car and go, you know.
I went
It
to
was
work,
very-
said I wasn't feeling very well. But I need to go home early. They're like, "Oh, can you not?" I said, "No, I've got to go." And we shot off because I had the phone call, and I thought I can't miss this one because he was saying like, "You got to come, you got to come, you got." But it never let us down, did it? It was an epic location, really. You know, and the lady that helps run it is another level as well, isn't she, Sarah? You know, she's so in
think
tune
you'd get
with
it
them, aren't
again.
she? No,
Yeah, I don't think you get a night like that again. It was
no, she's so in tune with the building, isn't she, Sarah?
yeah, we were all like big
Yeah.
green managers and everything. We didn't know if anything was going to happen. You know,
No.
we were a bit sort of, you know, it might do, it might not, but
Yeah. Yeah, it was an epic location. Fort Widley, I like Fort Widley. I was down one of the tunnels with Gemma and a few people, and we saw the shadow in the corner standing up and turned the lights out. And I think that was where Gemma felt someone touch her hair. I'm sure that's where. Yeah, it is a shame, really, but it's a very secret location, unfortunately. So it
it's
was
quite secure as well, isn't it? With
very secure. But we were
security.
very honoured to be allowed to go on there to do it. But everywhere we went that night, there was chatting and talking, wasn't there, in the tunnels, and it was just so active that night. It's just
It sounded
mad.
like there was like a group of people in the room next to you, just having, you know, just chatting away, almost like maybe a meeting or something.
Yeah,
As if they're having a meeting, and then you go in there, nothing. But it always seemed like behind the wall there was people chatting.
that's right. Yeah,
Weird
immense.
night.
Yeah. It's sort of place you drove away from and thought, you know what? I can't make head nor tail of what happened tonight, can you? Because it just all happened in a very short period of time. But very honoured to be asked to go there at such a short space of time. To be honest, it was nice.
I know.
It was good.
I was just like, oh my gosh, you know. I was like, he said, you know, I think he said, no, I think he rang me and he said, what are you up to in a couple of hours? And I'm like, I think I'm cooking tea. It's like, no, you're not. This is where you're coming. I'll send you the address, and you know, just get in your car and be there. And I'm like, God, it's going to take me like an hour to drive there. And he said, that's right. He goes, you got an hour to get ready. And I'm like, oh, it's not enough time. I was like, yeah, okay. I'll be there.
I remember him
Quite persuasive,
contacting me
wasn't he?
saying, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him contacting me and calling me and saying, you don't want to miss this one. You need to be there, and you need to be there within the next 2 hours. And like, it takes us blooming 2 hours to get anywhere from here down your way.
I said,
But we did it. We got there.
It's an hour. And he goes, you got time. Because you know, he goes, just grab something, grab something, and then just come down. I was like, all
How
right.
funny. It was worth the rush, though. It was a good night, good location.
Yeah, bless him. Yeah.
But lots of good locations. You know, we do see lots of orbs in there. So, you know, tonight we're talking about the orbs. If you have any of your opinions, please send them through to us, and we'll put them up on the screen like we have been, and we'll chat about them. So, Luke, what's on your bucket list? What's your next event you're going to? Is it the Bombay Sapphire?
Yeah, I'm going to that one. Yeah, I haven't been.
Have you
there
been before?
No, I haven't. I missed it last year.
All right.
Yeah,
You're looking forward to it?
yeah. Been a while. Yeah,
It seems ages since we've all been out on
yeah,
a ghost hunt, doesn't it, really?
yeah.
So it's a bit of a... I think the weather and the year and how busy our lives are, you think over the month of December and November, December, we're really busy, aren't we, in getting out and about and just shopping and getting ready for the Christmas period and it's difficult period, isn't it, for some people?
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's January, and you think, "God, this seems like years since I've been on a ghost hunt," doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just shows how passionate you are to get out into the paranormal world, isn't it? You see a lot of people that are out all the time, graveyards and all sorts of places, aren't they? They just love it that much. They're out all the time. But I think sometimes you've got to have that downtime, haven't you?
Yeah,
Just to
well, it's going to be like
recharge.
nearly 2 months because we couldn't do the one at the beginning of the month.
Mm.
So yeah, it's going to be nearly 2 months.
Yeah. That's a long
So
time, isn't it?
yeah. I think this year, we've got to maybe try and do a few more where we go, to like out in the field and we just do like
Yeah.
the little, events where we just go and do a bit more ghost hunting, try and get a bit more
Yeah.
ghost hunting in, where we're not running an event and hosting and, which
Yeah.
can take away the element of actual ghost hunting because you're helping others to ghost hunt type thing. So yeah, it would be good if we did, maybe Waverley again and maybe found a
Yeah.
few other little areas and, especially if there's anywhere
Oh,
up near you, Paul, or
yeah.
anywhere down near Angela and try and
There was
spread ourselves out a bit.
there was a place Dora went to the weekend. Did you see her pictures? It was on what was it called? Crystal Caves
Oh no.
in do you know Paynes Hill in Cobham?
Yeah, I've never been.
No, I've never been
Never
to the
been.
Crystal Caves, but Dora went there with the family, and she it was quite a spectacular place. I don't know, I'll have a look around, see what there is around sort of
I
halfway.
know what's around here.
Maybe the gunpowder meals again. They were quite good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Gunpowder Mill, yeah. Could
Yeah.
we do a team event? Yeah. I don't see why we can't do a team event somewhere up maybe halfway that Luke is able to get to. Obviously, all of us are able to get to within reasonable time. You know, we travel 3 or 4 hours and then do an event. Hopefully, we get the boys from Abnormal Paranormal Joy come down, and we'll go and do a team event somewhere. Find somewhere in the middle, and that we'll all just turn up and have a go, see what we can get.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
have
think
to
we
be
need
the
to.
regular place.
No, we didn't do much of it last year. Last year was a bit of a year, wasn't it? But I think
Yes.
we must sort of like maybe try and do a little bit more this year together, and that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
It's quite fun, isn't it? When we all get together, we spend an hour chatting, don't we?
More than
Oh,
that.
about this and that, and it's all about catch
Yeah.
up, isn't it, for the first hour?
And it's nice though, isn't it? It's
It
nice
is,
just
yeah,
to like meet up with your mates and have a
yeah.
bit of a catch up. Oh, what's been going on, and oh yeah, work and
It's like
kids.
fish and chips and a chat, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Sitting
lovely.
on,
It really is
yeah,
nice.
sitting in there having fish and chips and having a good old chat for an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're up for 100% for wherever everyone's ready. We are. Yeah, we're ready, boys. Abnormal, paranormal. We'll try and find somewhere. So 4 of us on here, put your thinking caps on, so we can see if we can find somewhere. Even if we can find somewhere to hire cheaply, and we all
yeah,
chip in and hire a place cheaply, and we can all go as a team thing rather than have guests. We just go as a team building thing and a bit like because every time, like last time when we would having a meal before we went to location, it was always nice to have a chat. You know, we went in that really lovely pub before we went to Shepton Mallet, didn't we? Had a nice meal and a good chat, and we've done it a few times, haven't we, where we've met up and had a nice meal and a good chat. Gemma's put 100% for that, yeah. And we could always find somewhere like that that's reasonable, and we could all chip in and just have a team event rather than trying to host it. Abnormal Paranormal, yeah, we always can't wait and don't even know where it is yet.
ditto. We've
Yeah,
got no idea,
yeah,
but we'll be there.
yeah. Wherever it is,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll all be there. Luke will be there. We'll get Luke there somehow
Yeah.
on a push bike, motorbike, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
We get you and your mum in a sidecar, like on the buses, wouldn't it? Probably a bit late, early for you, Luke. Yeah, it'd be
I'll watch
interesting to get us all on a location. We'd have to scour around and see what we find. see if we can find somewhere halfway and
Yeah.
maybe do a team thing where we just all us and we concentrate on us and not on the guests. And have a bit of fun, couldn't we? A bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
Try
sounds
different
like a good
methods. We
idea.
could always go back to basics, couldn't we? Have a whole evening of back to basics, rods and writing planchettes and boards and back to basics. You know, maybe that would be quite a bit of fun.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, we need to look out for a location and try and find somewhere that is accessible for everybody to get to.
Yes. Not
Cool.
too expensive, which seems quite hard to come by nowadays.
Christine's put I'm off to the Ram in this weekend. Looking forward to it. It's one place I've never been, Christine. I think I'd like to go there at some stage. As I say that I've been there. I know Julia and the team have been there. You did an overnight one there, didn't you, Julia?
We did, yeah, we did. I was thinking about maybe the Ram or maybe Shepton Mallet and maybe sort of like revisiting them at some time. I think you need to leave a bit of gap between the events, don't you? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you don't want to like overdo them. But yeah, it's
Abnormal, paranormal, but I hope you have the best time, Christine. We aren't jealous at all. I like Shepton Mallet because that's another place that never fails to surprise you, is it? You know.
yeah. I think I'd like to go back, but I think I wouldn't do an all nighter. I think I'd finish it a little bit early, and
Yeah.
then we can make our way home. It was quite. I didn't sleep, so I was awake for, I think it was like 27 hours. And you know, by the time I got home, I think it was no, what was it? I don't know. I got home and I was like, start doing a few jobs around the house, and I'm like, oh, I'm starting to feel a bit dizzy now. I really need to go to sleep. But I only slept for like about 2 hours or so, and then you're up again.
Christine's
yeah.
put, hopefully I can stay awake for the whole 13 hours. Ooh, good luck with that one. Make sure you
I've done
sleep
that.
before you go.
I've
What
done
about
it.
the Lamb as just us? Or are they not doing it anymore there? But the Lamb,
It's an idea.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd like that.
Did you go there, Luke? Was you at the Lamb?
Yeah, I was there. You was there, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something else, wasn't it, that one?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We've got Tracy and Emma coming to Bombay Sapphire and
Have you?
Devices Town Hall as well.
Nice.
So
The boys
if
come to
anybody
the
wants to,
Devices?
Are the boys coming to the Devices? Was an incredibly well run event, Julia. Loved it. Boys, are you coming to the Devices Town Hall? Because they can't be far from you. Really, is it? Devices from them?
Not that far.
Wiltshire.
Oh, it's that side, isn't it?
Mm.
It's over the border, isn't it? Anyway, anywhere over the border is not far.
West.
Anywhere west is over the border. Yeah, looking forward to that Devices Town Hall. It's quite
Yeah.
unusual.
I saw do you remember Gary and Martin who were at the convent? They were also at HMS Warrior.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I think
I was with them,
I think
wasn't
Jem
Gary
was
and
wandering with
Martin.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone saw
Great
the
guys.
apparition on the seat, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really nice guys.
Yeah.
Gary's just having a shoulder op, so he's just
Oh,
recovering
is
from a shoulder op at the moment.
Oh wow.
But he said that he's been to Devices Town Hall before, and he said to me, "You will love it because as soon as you go in there, you will just get that feeling that, you know, it's haunted." And I think they are booked to come to Devices Town Hall. So
Oh, no.
brilliant.
Um,
That'd be good.
yeah. We got
Do you
some
know where
good
I got that
lined up.
feeling was the Groundlings Theatre
Yeah.
when I walked in there. Did you get that, Luke?
Yeah, I was doing that, yeah.
When you
Yeah.
walk in there, you think, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
It's not
You
huge,
get that,
but it's
and that's when you were doing your talk, and then someone was walking up and down the stairs behind you.
I've had
Remember?
that before. I've been there a few times. We used to go there a lot, donkeys years ago, and there's always something in that area going up and down, or in there, or shuffling about, and there's always something in that area. Yeah. So it's just off-putting.
Yeah,
I could have kept quiet for 20 minutes until I finished my talk.
that was funny,
Well,
wasn't it? I
10
kept
minutes
looking.
or whatever.
People kept looking at me, going, "Is anybody out there?" I'm like, "No." You could hear do, 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 like someone running up and down the stairs. It's like, what? And then we heard the whistle, didn't we, Luke? That time we were in the hall.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great place. But that's one of the places you walk into and you think, oh, you know. And I had the similar sort of feeling with the old Brighton police cells when you walk into there.
Oh, that's another good one, isn't it? We haven't
Yeah,
done
and
that
it just,
for years.
that
That's
is,
another one we ought to think about
yeah.
maybe going back to.
I think they stopped because they were changing insurance companies or something. There
Oh,
was some sort of, they were stopping it. They were still having the museum, but they weren't having any extra paranormal groups in because of the insurance. There was something to do with insurance, I've read, or we saw somewhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
It was something to do with their insurance.
because
With
when
it.
we were going to go, I think somebody I knew had been before, and they said, "Oh, you only get like a couple of rooms or something." So I'm like, "Oh, that's not great." But when we turned up, we had like the base room, we had the courts, we had the prison cells.
That's
We
it,
literally
yeah.
had the run of the whole, and it's huge.
It's massive. Because it's a council
There's so many
building.
different floors, isn't there? And you're like,
That's
"Ooh,
right, yeah. When we were
it's quite
doing
impressive."
Oven there originally, we were doing a human pendulum on the ground floor. And everybody round the circle could see someone keep looking over the top, but moving around because it's like 3 stories, isn't it? And then you go down to the cells downstairs where they would have been held. Very, very interesting place. Very interesting, that one. So that was
Yeah.
another place where you walk in and think, oh, you know, you get that feeling. It's a sort of feeling where you're looking over your shoulder straight away. You're thinking, oh. And how,
Same
the
with Arundel Jail, that's got that feeling.
yeah, yeah,
And Arundel Jail is tiny, absolutely tiny. It's not very big, but it's very, yeah, I would say it's for the size of the area, the size of building, I would say it's really quite, yeah, it's probably quite it's very haunted. I think it's very haunted.
thing is, you go anywhere. It's like castles, isn't it? If you go to the dungeons, it's always negative stuff happened in a dungeon. They never went down there and had a party, did they? You were
No.
going down there to be tortured, weren't you? Unfortunately, if you were headed down a dungeon, I think you'd be in big trouble.
Yeah.
And so when you walk into them sorts of places like Oxford Castle, you know, places like that, it's just, you just know, don't you, what the horrors that could have been done during them times. It was a
We're
sheer
there in
horror.
June, aren't we? Oxford Castle.
Yes.
A bit of
Yeah.
sleep over there, so
Pastries in the morning with coffee.
yeah, apparently so. Yes, so yeah, you know, for a little bit of an extra charge, they can give us pastries and coffee. And I was like, that sounds nice.
Maybe they're
Sounds
not expecting us to be alive in the morning.
No.
So if they bring in 4 or 5 cakes and you know something's wrong, it's 4 cakes for the morning because that's all that'll be left of you.
Yeah, I've done it a few times in the past. So yeah, but not since about 2015. So looking forward to going back there.
It's a real. So if you go onto the Paranormal website, there's loads of great locations on there. Buy your tickets, you'll see us. We do look better in person than we do on here, believe it or not. And Angela doesn't walk around with that big flag behind her.
It's too heavy.
Anyway, so if there's no more comments, no. So get well soon, Paula. I hope to see you back again next Monday. So if you have anything you'd like us to talk about, I'm going to try and get hold of a group for next Monday. I'm going to message him back, see if I can get him on his group on for next Monday. So stay tuned. I will certainly try and get him on there. So you'd have someone different to listen to with an accent, hopefully, and see how they do it up their end compared to what we do down here. So if there's no more comments or anything like that, just want to say big thank you for tuning in on the Monday Night Paranormal Live as usual. Gemma, Christine, Abnormal Paranormal, Essex Ghost Hunters, thank you for tuning in. It's great to interact with you. Come back on, keep an eye, watch or come on the panel, we can always send you the link. Come on and chat about your own experiences, which is fine with us. We love it. We'd like to listen to other people instead of rattling on ourselves. So we've got no ghost hunting this weekend, but I think Abnormal Paranormal, I've got one this weekend. So it'd be interesting next Monday if they're able to come on and chat with us. Let us know how they got on and how it was. Ben, good luck in your new job tomorrow, Monday, whenever you're starting.
It goes well.
You'll be all right. Just tell them you're a ghost hunter, and I'm sure you'll fit in well. They'll always believe that. So,
Paul's birthday on Thursday.
so I'm 21 on Thursday, believe it or not. I might not look it, but I'm 21 on Thursday. So, so stay safe from every one of us on here. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.